you stepped into this role at a time where the constituents and the schools of District 1 needed you more than could ever be imagined. We lost Marguerite, board member Lamont, who was like a grandmother to me, a friend, and there was an incredible void. And then there was a moment at which politics tried to step into that void, and you stepped above those politics. And every moment of every day that you have served on this board, you have maintained that integrity to which you approach the service of this job. What we see in these meetings, these public meetings, is the top of the surface. It's only the tip. So much more happens. So much more comes at the board. In moments where the cameras are off, ties are loosened, we are often asked to do things that deeply test our heart and our soul. And more than anything else, George, you taught me how to keep my heart and soul intact through the most challenging moments. A writer once told me that he had interviewed you and asked you about me, and he said, Dr. McKenna, you and Steve were close. She said, yes. And he said, but it seems that you disagree on many policy issues. And you said to him, I wouldn't say we disagree. And he said, well, what would you say? And you said, Steve has not found the wisdom yet to understand how wrong he is and how right I am. But I have great faith that his enlightenment shall be forthcoming. I know you're still waiting on a number of those things, George. You taught me to always look. Don't be fooled by the data, you told me. Look deeper into that data. Those aren't just numbers. I'm a mathematician, you told me. Those aren't just numbers. Look for the injustice within those numbers. Look deeper. Find where the institutional and direct racism is in those numbers and make policies to root it out. I'll never forget one time I came into your office and I was beside myself, and I was, saying all this stuff, and Dr. McKenna was in his office, and he had one of his long legal pads there, and he was writing, and kind of looked up a couple of times. I said, well, I'm trying to do this for my constituencies, and they're coming at me with this, and I'm trying to do this, and don't they just see that it's the right thing? But in this moment, you just looked at me and you cut through all of it and you said, Steve, they hate you. You have the ability to check me, to be able to remind me to get out of my head and get outside myself. George, you were like a second dad to me. And I could not have made it through my board service without you, and certainly not those 2 years as board president. Friendship matters in this world. Love matters in this world. Education matters in this world. And you embody all three of those things, and I'll love you forever. Thank you for your service, Dr. McKenna.